Yes.
All right, we're good.
Hold on, it's loading up, and we are good to go.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this morning's Energy and Technology Committee meeting. I'd like to convene the meeting, and as always, we'll start off with some remarks, if any, from my co-chair in rankings, Senator Needleman.
Good morning, everyone. Just hoping you're withstanding the windstorm and there are no power outages near you, but I would appreciate anyone letting me know if there are. Other than that, thank you.
Thank you, Senator Formica. It's on mute. Nothing.
Senator, you're muted.
People like me best that way, Mr. Chairman. Just saying good morning to everyone. I'm sorry, and I look forward to the meeting today.
All right, good morning, and Representative Ferraro.
And that's a ditto from me. Good morning, everyone. Looking forward to getting through the agenda and moving forward with the full total energy package. Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. All right, so we'll move on to Roman number 3, bills for review. Item number 1, House Bill number 6412, an act concerning a low carbon fuel blend of heating oil and the establishment of a bioheat advisory board. Can I have a motion to JFS floor?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Representative Ali Brennan and seconded by Senator Formica. So this bill, quick little summary, is it would be a immediate implementation of a low carbon fuel blend requirement in the state of Connecticut and establishes a bioheat advisory board. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I gotta put my hand up. Let me see.
Representative Piscopo, I got you.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I
turned your video off.
Oh, okay. Sorry about
You're
that.
back.
It's driving me out of my mind. Just read the third graders today, so I should have it down by now. I thank you very much. I appreciate this bill. I'm 100%. I like biodiesel. Always been for it. It's an excellent idea. It makes a lot of sense. I worry about the mandate and interfering with our market, if you will. I'm worried about the cost of fuel going up in the future when this bill becomes law. Now, we heard from a lot of people from the oil industry, and we're understanding that they pretty much are on board and they accept this bill. My concerns are the potential in the future to drive up the cost of fuel is a concern, is a valid concern for me. I'm just worried about the makeup of the board, the advisory board. I read the bill last night and I didn't see those consumer-oriented, if you will, members of the board. Can you help allay my fears on that or allay my concerns on that?
Yep, no, I absolutely can. Yep, I absolutely can. I'll give it a shot though, Representative Piscopo. The mandate was an ask, of the industry. Biodiesel is what they consider a drop-in fuel. So there's no conversion or cost associated with adding it to the fuel mix. It's more of a signal to the industry that we want this product here in the state. And to your question on the bioheat advisory board, I agree with your concerns. And I think, before we bring out a bill onto the floor, I'd like to amend that section to add some of those voices to that board. I guess right now, as you all know, operating session this way is a struggle. It's a struggle for chairs and rankings, especially. It's very difficult to put together the stakeholder meetings in a timely manner at this point in session. So my idea was to get this bill out of committee, since it did seem to have, broad support on both sides of the aisle, and continue working on it with everybody to get an amendment to kind of clean it up before we bring it out for a for a vote on the House floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for those words. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Representative Pettit?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just that I could understand the nuts and bolts. As I understand it, this bill allows the commissioner to waive provisions of the bills if the cost of the fuel blends increase. Is that absolute power to the commissioner? Does the commissioner confer with other people? And is there any mention of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable? It's obviously different to different people. I'm just wondering how broad that power is for the commissioner.
I don't have the language in front of me, but as you read it, I would deem it the commissioner has that authority as stated in the bill. It could be something we clean up through an amendment, Representative Pettit, to that more consultation would be needed.
All right, I just thought that depending on where you live, you might have a different definition of what's a reasonable increase and what's not. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Seeing no one else's hand raised, Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
And just a reminder, I need everybody's camera to be on and to be able to see you while we do this. So let's begin. Senator Needleman,
Yes,
Representative Arconti.
Yes.
Could you say it again, Representative Arconti? I'm sorry, I didn't come up on the screen.
Yes.
Sorry, Representative Arconti. Could you repeat your name and then say yes, you show up?
Arconti? Yes.
Thank you. Senator Winfield. Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Thank you. Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica.
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro. Representative Ferraro. Representative
Ferraro votes yes.
Oh, could you say that again, Representative? I'm sorry.
Ferraro votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Ackert.
Representative Ackert votes yes.
Representative Aurora.
Representative Aurora votes yes.
Representative Buckby.
Buckby votes yes.
Representative Cheeseman.
Representative Cheeseman votes yes.
Representative D'Amico.
D'Amico votes yes. We'll try it again, Will. D'Amico votes yes.
Thank you, Representative.
Okay.
Representative Foster. Representative Foster. Representative Foster. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gresco.
Representative Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Representative Horn.
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw.
Representative Cavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser. Senator Lesser.
Senator Lesser pass.
Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Representative Meskers.
Representative Meskers votes yes.
Representative Mashinsky.
Representative Mashinsky votes yes.
Representative Perone,
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Patet,
Representative Pettit votes yes.
Representative Piscopo,
Representative Piscopo votes no.
Representative Steinberg,
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
and Representative Terziak. Representative Terziak. Representative Terziak.
Senator Lester, aye.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Will. Item number 2, House Bill 64110, an act increasing the penalty for violations associated with the no sales solicitation calls listing. Can I have a motion to JF to the floor?
So moved.
Seconded.
Been moved by Representative Ferraro and seconded by Representative Meskers. This bill will increase the penalty for applicable telephone solicitations for violations associated with the no sales solicitation call lists. Discussion? Representative Cheeseman.
Yes, and I will be supporting this bill. I do think it's important. I understand the enforcement mechanism is through the Attorney General's office, if I'm not mistaken, that as we've increased the penalty, that we let residents know that this is an option for them and that what the avenues are for them to register any complaints. Because I think it's, we could have the penalties, but if these bad actors are not reported, then we can't enforce this. So I would just encourage that we find some way to spread the word that there is an avenue if you've been subject to these kind of phone calls. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Seeing no one else's hand raised, will the clerk please call the roll?
Senator Needleman.
Needleman, aye.
Sorry, Senator, could you do that again?
Needleman, aye.
Thank you. Representative Arconti.
Arconti, yes.
Sorry, Representative, could you do that again?
Arconti, yes.
Thank you. Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan, yes.
Senator Formica.
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro.
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Ackert.
Representative Ackert votes yes.
Representative Aurora.
Rep. Aurora votes yes.
Could you do that again, Representative?
Rep. Aurora votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Buckby.
Buckby votes yes.
Representative Cheeseman.
Representative Cheeseman votes yes.
Representative D'Amico.
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster. Representative Foster. Representative Foster. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gresco.
Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Representative Horn.
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw.
Cavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser.
Senator Lester votes yes.
Could you do that again, Senator?
Senator Lester, aye.
Thank you. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Representative Meskers.
Representative Meskers votes yes.
Representative Mashinsky.
Representative Mashinsky votes yes.
Representative Perone.
Representative Perone votes yes.
Could you do that again, Representative?
I sure can. Representative Perone votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Pettit.
Representative Pettit votes yes.
Representative Piscopo.
Representative Piscopo votes yes.
Representative Steinberg.
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
And Representative Terziak. Representative Terziak. Representative Terziak. Roll is complete.
Thanks, Will. Item number 3, House Bill 6409, an act concerning the solicitation of biogas injection proposals from anaerobic digestion facilities. Motion to JFS to the floor.
So moved.
Seconded.
Been moved by Representative Ferraro and seconded by Representative Meskers, I believe. The purpose of this bill is to allow DEEP to solicit proposals for the supply of biogas for injection into the natural gas distribution systems in our state from permitted anaerobic digestion facilities. And the S language just makes some technical changes that Pura requested in their public testimony. Discussion. Representative Aurora.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a couple of questions. I'm generally supportive of this bill, but my question is, do we have an idea of what is the cost which will go into the rate base? Because the bill does allow the additional cost to be put in the rate base. Because it's quite clear that at the current price of gas, market price of gas, the overall idea is not viable. Is it for 300,000 tons? Do we have an order of magnitude? Is it $1 million? Is it $100 million?
So those power purchasing agreements are negotiated by DEEP and Pura and I believe the AG's office, and they do them with the best interests and the ratepayers in mind. So while I don't have a hard number that I could give you, Representative, I think that question is better suited for DEP and Pura, who negotiate the power purchasing agreements after we authorize them to do so.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for that answer, because I think it's important for us before we authorize to know if this is going to substantially impact our natural gas consumer or the ratepayer. Because once we have authorized them, we do not have a right to say, well, that was too much. Because if it's 100 million cost, I think pretty much, I would think a lot of us here would have different ideas about this bill. Whereas if it's a manageable, it's a very small cost, then we would think differently. So perhaps may I suggest that we should ask that prior, or at least have a limit on it, or have an out just in case the costs are too high?
Yeah, so I don't know if you can put a limit on a cost in statute. I don't know what that would do to the market or anybody who would want to bid on one of the RFPs. But I will agree with you, Representative Aurora. That's why I think this committee always needs to do its due diligence before we authorize any procurement authority to the agencies, because once we authorize it, right, it's kind of out of our hands at that point, and we need to make sure we outline the RFP as closely detailed as we would like to see it.
No, I truly thank you for that consideration. My final question, I said 2, but now I have the third one. I hope you'll indulge with me here. My final question is that the benefit of this, at least from my perspective, I'm really supportive of this bill because of the benefit in actually dealing with our waste, right? And I think many of my colleagues here, across the aisle on the committee would agree that some of the more significant benefit is coming from dealing with these solid waste we have. Now, the question which I have here is, however, the cost, if it is out of market, and we do know there's some cost out of market, as we discussed, it could be small, it could be large, is being borne entirely by the natural gas payer. There's a little benefit to the natural gas payer too, that we are going to get renewable natural gas or not fossil fuel based natural gas. But having said that, I think the maximum benefit for this bill is for the purpose of solid waste disposal. There are very expensive landfills and so on and so forth, which could be used more when these processes are underway. So my question is, why should we have the natural gas ratepayer pay for all of it, and not even it's in some sense cross subsidy forced by natural gas ratepayer. Natural gas ratepayer, is not essentially we spare the heating oil ratepayer or the heating oil payer. So it's just like taking a very small group who is not really related to this real challenge we're trying to solve and give them all the costs. So I don't know how to suggest a remedy, because I normally like to come to the committee with answers as well as questions. But I do want you to consider that, and for others to consider this idea as to how do we be more fair and not impose a new tax or a new, as I would say, additional cost on just that singular natural gas ratepayer to solve a different problem. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Cheeseman?
I will be supportive. Quick comment, and I believe this is before environment, as we authorize to incentivize the creation of these anaerobic digesters. I think we need to encourage DEEP to have a speedy approval process, obviously respecting, their environmental concerns. But if we're going to help people do this, it can't drag on for years. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Representative. And you're right. The Environment Committee has the cognizance over the permitting process, and I think they do have some AD concepts in front of their committee. So I think there's going to be a dual effort going forward. Seeing nobody else. Oh, Representative Eskers?
Yes, just in speaking in favor of the bill, I think the most important thing that I found, joining the Energy and Technology Committee 2 years ago, I was listening to the presentation on anaerobic digesters, and it was almost confusing on the aspect of the financials. So from us and through DEEP, I think it's important that, we start talking about the landfill costs, which are going at 95 to about 115 a ton, versus the biodegradable anaerobic material, which I think they need a subsidy of about 45 or 55. So the differential is about $60 a ton. And I don't think it's well known and pushed out among the general citizenry. So you would get not just the municipalities aware at DPW or whoever's involved, but you'd get a lot of the population pushing for this solution. So I think the finances need to be better. So I would just encourage, as we go forward with it in testimony or any further hearings, we make sure that people are pounding the table on this is the financial part of the financial solution to an environmental issue as well. And I just encourage us to push that way. All right. But thank you for that.
Thank you. Will, can you please call the roll?
The roll call to JFS House Bill 6409, LCO number 3163. Senator Needleman.
Needleman, yes.
Representative Arconti.
Arconti, yes.
Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica.
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro.
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Ackert.
Representative Ackert votes yes.
Representative Aurora.
Rep. Aurora votes yes.
Representative Buckby.
Senator Buckby votes yes.
Representative Cheeseman.
Representative Cheeseman votes yes.
Representative D'Amico,
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster,
Rep. Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist, Representative Gilchrist, Representative Gilchrist, Representative Gresco,
Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell, Senator Haskell, Senator Haskell, Representative Horn,
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw,
Representative Cavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser,
Senator Lesser, aye.
Senator McCrory, Senator McCrory, Senator McCrory, Representative Meskers,
Representative Meskers votes yes.
Representative Mashinsky,
Representative Mashinsky votes yes.
Representative Perron.
Representative Perron votes yes.
Could you do that again, Representative?
Sure can. Representative Perron votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Pettit,
Representative Pettit votes yes.
could you do that again, Representative?
Representative Pettit votes yes.
Thank you. Representative Piscopo,
Representative Piscopo votes yes.
Representative Steinberg,
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
and Representative Terziak.
Representative Terziak votes yes.
Roll is complete.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. We're doing a great job, everybody. Great job. All right, moving on to item number 4. Senate Bill number 856, an act increasing representation on the Energy Conservation Management Board. Proposed action, JF to the floor.
Motion.
Been moved by Senator Needleman,
Second.
seconded by Senator Formica. So the purpose of this bill is to amend the composition of the Conservation and Load Management Plans Energy Efficiency Board. The changes would increase the membership by 2, with 1 seat dedicated to a representative of customers with low income and 1 seat dedicated to a representative of municipalities. Received favorable public testimony. Discussion. Seeing none, will the clerk call the roll?
This roll is to JF, Senate Bill 856, LCO number 3164. Senator Needleman,
Needleman, yes.
Representative Arconti,
Arconti, yes.
Senator Winfield,
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan,
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica,
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro,
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Ackert, Representative Ackert, Representative Ackert, Representative Aurora,
Rep. Aurora votes yes.
Representative Buckby,
Buckby votes yes.
Representative Cheeseman,
Representative Cheeseman votes yes.
Representative D'Amico,
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster,
Rep. Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist, Representative Gilchrist, Representative Gilchrist, Representative Gresco,
Representative Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell, Senator Haskell, Senator Haskell, Representative Horn,
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw,
Cavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser, Senator
Lesser,
Go ahead, Senator. Sorry about that.
Senator Lesser, yes.
Thank you. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Representative Meskers.
Representative Meskers votes yes.
Representative Mashinsky.
Representative Mashinsky votes yes.
Representative Perone. Representative Perone.
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Pettit.
Representative Pettit votes yes.
Representative Piscopo.
Representative Piscopo votes yes.
Representative Steinberg.
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
Representative Terziak.
Representative Terziak votes yes. Thank you.
That's the roll.
We'll move on to item number 5. Senate Bill number 865, an act requiring the study of energy sources. Have a motion to JF to the floor.
So moved.
Been moved by Representative Foster,
Second.
seconded by Representative Terziak. Thank you. Discussion?
Yes.
Representative Ferraro?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 5 and number 6 are placeholders. And just a quick word on that. There are members of my caucus who really don't support placeholders. We understand that many of them understand the need for it, and that as the session wears on, we may find ourselves in need of a place to put legislation that's important. But the concern is that oftentimes the last minute, some of the most egregious things show up in a placeholder bill. So I would request that enough notice goes out to the members of the E&T committee should we use a placeholder, and that there's enough time for each caucus to weigh in. Appreciate your time on that concern, sir.
Thank you, Representative. And I understand some of those concerns. I can only assure that we will continue to operate, open and transparent between, the chairs and ranking members. And should a placeholder be needed, Senator Formica and Representative Ferraro, you absolutely will have a voice in crafting whatever potentially may be needed in either one of the placeholders.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Representative. Anybody else? All right, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
This roll is to JF Senate Bill 865, LCO number 3154. Senator Needleman.
Needleman, yes.
Representative Arconti.
Arconti, yes.
Could you do that again, Representative?
No, I'm not doing it again. Arconti, yes.
Thank you, Representative. Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica.
Formica votes yes.
Could you do that again, Senator?
Formica votes yes.
Thank you, Senator. Representative Ferraro.
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Ackert.
Representative Ackert votes yes on this. Representative Ackert votes no on this, but reserves the right when the good language was put in to support it. But I was kicked off on item 4, Will, and did not vote. So I do vote yes on item 4.
Thank you, Representative.
Thank you, Will.
Representative Aurora.
Representative Aurora also votes no with the ability to change if more information is provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Buckby.
Buckby votes no.
Representative Cheeseman.
Representative Cheeseman votes no.
Representative D'Amico. Representative D'Amico.
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster.
Representative Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gresco.
Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Representative Horn.
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw.
Cavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser.
Senator Lesser, yes.
Could you do that again, Senator?
Senator Lesser, yes.
Thank you. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Representative Meskers. Representative Meskers. Representative Meskers. Representative Mishinsky.
Mishinsky votes yes.
Representative Perone.
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Pettit.
Representative Pettit votes no.
Also, I'm sorry. Representative Perone, could you go again?
Sure can. Representative Perone votes yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
All right. What time?
Representative Piscopo.
Representative Piscopo votes no.
Representative Steinberg.
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
And Representative Terziak.
Representative Terziak votes yes.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 6, House Bill 6414, an act requiring the study of the use of technology in the state. Can I have a motion to JF to the floor?
So moved.
Seconded.
It's been moved by Representative Ali Brennan and
Perfect.
seconded by Representative Cavros DeGraw. Discussion.
Now we're not going to be on TV. I turned the cameras off. I've been turning it off and on.
Seeing no discussion, we will go to roll call. Mr. Clerk.
This is to JF Bill 6414 with LCO number 3155. Senator Needleman.
Needleman, yes.
Representative Arconti.
Arconti, yes.
I'm sorry, Representative.
Arconti, yes.
Thank you. Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica.
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro.
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Ackert.
Representative Ackert votes no, but looks forward to the chairs coming up with good language for this also, which I can then vote yes, but for no now. Thank you, Will.
Thank you. Representative Aurora.
Representative Aurora also votes no with a desire to have much more information to be a yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Buckby.
With much less description, Buckby votes no.
Representative Cheeseman.
Representative Cheeseman votes no.
Representative D'Amico.
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster.
Rep. Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gilchrist. Representative Gresco.
Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Representative Horn.
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Kavros DeGraw,
Representative Kavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser.
Senator Lesser, yes.
Could you do that again, Senator?
I sure can. Senator Lesser, yes.
Thank you. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Senator McCrory. Representative Meskers. Representative Meskers.
Representative Meskers votes yes.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Mushinski.
Representative Mashinsky votes yes.
Representative Perron.
Representative Perron votes yes.
Do that again, Representative.
Which part? I'm kidding.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Pettit.
Representative Pettit votes no.
Representative Piscopo.
Representative Piscopo votes no.
Representative Steinberg.
Senator Steinberg votes yes.
Representative Terziak.
Representative Terziak votes yes.
Thank you.
All right, 2 more to go. Item number 7, House Bill 6413, an act requiring a study of a municipal energy security authority. Proposed action. Have a motion to JF to the floor.
So moved.
Been moved by Representative Ali Brennan. Can I get a second?
Second.
Seconded by Representative Gresco. So this bill will require DEEP to study and issue a report to the E&T committee on whether to recognize a municipal energy security authority within the state for purposes of designing, funding, supplying, installing, and servicing municipal microgrids. Discussion. See, Senator Lesser.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. How would this be financed? Would this be locally financed by the municipal electric authorities?
So that's what I'm interested in seeing in the report, Senator Lesser. You know, right now there is bonding available for microgrids, but the concept of a municipal authority is something new. And I think before we would move on to the financing portion of putting something into statute, a report by DEEP is necessary for us to consider, and that would better give us the ability to write legislation around the potential funding.
And would the report entail requiring munis to satisfy other requirements of electric distribution companies? If that's the case, you know, we've traditionally sort of left them do their own thing.
And I mean, nothing in the language directs them from including that in the report, but it's something we could consider going forward if we feel it's important. It should be included.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator. Representative Aurora.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a quick question as to what is the driving force behind this, behind the study? Is the DEEP wanting the study or certain municipalities wanting the study? What is the driving force here?
Yeah, so this legislation was introduced to us by Representative Gresco and the Bridgeport delegation. The city of Bridgeport is interested in Municipal Energy Security Authority. So that's the genesis of the legislation in front of us. If Representative Gresco, I don't want to put him on the spot, but being a co-sponsor of the bill, I could be happy to hand the floor over to him if you like.
That'd be great if he could. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, Representative Gresco.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The impetus is to expand on an existing project that we were lucky enough to accomplish in Bridgeport back in 2019. The House passed a resolution creating the Municipal Energy Authority. And then subsequently in Bridgeport, a project of about 30 condos was done, and each included a geothermal and solar array. So they were looking to expand this, and by going to a security authority, it would allow them to have additional access to, among other things, Federal Department of Energy funding.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Representative Gresco. Perhaps, a quick follow-up question would be, is this bill specifically only for the municipality or for the town of Bridgeport or the city of Bridgeport? Or is this analysis or study for all municipalities around the state? And perhaps, from a point of view of Bridgeport, could Bridgeport itself as a town not do their own study?
It would be, through you, Mr. Chair, it would be for the entire state. The study would be for the entire state. At this point, Bridgeport would welcome being viewed as a model for the rest of the state to see what had worked and what hasn't so far, to try to encourage this, especially in the urban areas.
Thank you, thank you, Representative Gresco. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I still stay confused as to how this fits into the overall strategy of promoting other forms of renewable energy, which we have other plans and programs. For example, especially for solar arrays, there are plans and programs which can be taken advantage for anybody in any town. And especially, I think there's a new bill just to help municipalities which are they call the technical term being distressed municipalities, to be able to really take more advantage of those. So in some sense, is it something overreach? In some sense, I worry about it, although I am absolutely sold on the idea that there should be more broader adoption of certain technologies. So I would like to, put those for the consideration of the committee.
Yeah.
As to that there are so many other different programs kind of going in the same area, and perhaps the study it'd be hard for a study to be done in such a manner to, even accommodate those programs. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Representative.
And I would just a quick response. I think where this fits in our overall strategy is building a more resilient grid. Microgrids are becoming more fashionable throughout the entire country, and keeping must-run facilities running when inclement weather, inclement storms, really strong storms come through the region. So I think that's where this report will fits in with the overall energy strategy of making our grid more resilient.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Perhaps a comment here that should the Eversource, or not the Eversource, whatever the utility involved, be at least, would they be involved? Because to make sure that the overall resilience has increased, the player which has the 99% or 95% of the actual supply right now, should they be involved, or should they be doing the study anyways? Because I think it's a mandate from a ratepayer to them to have a very secure grid. And so that would be another comment, not essentially a question.
Thank you. Representative Eckert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'm going to support this bill out, as we have struggled to get a microgrid, and it's been approved in the Coventry area. Hopefully that we can just keep nudging people to the resilient component of this is the key. And I think that, if anything tries to move us in a better direction for resiliency in our communities, then I'm in full support. Obviously, given I don't want everybody's rates to go too high, so or higher at all. But thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative. Seeing no further discussion, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
This roll is to JF House Bill 6413 with LCO number 3166. Senator Needleman.
Needleman, aye.
Representative Arconti.
Arconti votes yes.
I'm sorry, Representative.
Arconti votes yes.
Thank you. Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield, in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica,
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro,
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Acker,
Representative Acker votes yes.
Representative Aurora,
Representative Aurora votes yes.
Representative Buckby,
Buckby votes yes.
Representative Cheeseman,
Representative Cheeseman votes yes.
Representative D'Amico,
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster,
Representative Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist,
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Representative Gresco,
Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell, Senator Haskell, Senator Haskell, Representative Horn,
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cavros DeGraw,
Representative Cavros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser,
Senator Lesser, yes.
Senator McCrory,
Senator McCrory votes yes.
Representative Meskers, Representative Meskers, Representative Meskers, Representative Mashinsky,
Representative Mashinsky votes yes.
Representative Perron,
Representative Perron votes yes.
Representative Pettit,
Representative Pettit votes yes.
thank you. Representative Piscopo,
Representative Piscopo votes yes.
Representative Steinberg,
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
and Representative Terziak.
Representative Terziak votes yes.
Thank you.
All right. Finish line. Item number 8, Senate Bill number 855, an act concerning the decoupling of the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority and the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection. Proposed action. Can I have a motion to JF to the floor?
So moved.
Aurora seconds.
It's been moved by Representative Ali Brennan and seconded by Representative Aurora. Discussion. Senator Lesser.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. What's the goal of this legislation?
The purpose of the bill is to begin the process of decoupling PURA from Department of Energy Environmental Protection and return PURA to an independent authority, which it was prior to 2012.
And the purpose of doing that, obviously, PURA is an independent rate making authority. I believe that's the case under existing law. Is the purpose simply to preserve the independence of PURA's rate making authority, or is it to limit energy policy planning in the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection?
The purpose.
Some states, the Commission of People believe CRA should be done.
Okay. PURA in and of itself is an adjudicator. So it, under the current format, when you have the parent authority which is DEEP, being a statutory party to every proceeding, it presents the potential for a conflict of interest. And I think it's a model that has not been pursued in other states across the country for that exact reason.
So I hear that, but I just want to be clear that it is not the intent of the chairs to limit the ability of DEEP to engage in energy plan.
Correct. That is not the intent. DEEP is still DEEP is and would remain responsible for creating energy policy in the state of Connecticut, and PURA, then regulates that policy.
Great. I appreciate that. That was my main concern with the legislation was prior to the I think it was the 2011 Act that established DEEP. There was a real shortage of energy policy planning capacity in the executive branch. And that was, I think, the problem that we were seeking to solve then. I think in doing that, we may have created new problems. And so I will support the legislation today, but I would want to make sure that we don't take a step backwards in having that brain trust in the state government somewhere. And I'll say that as someone who's often disagreed with DEEP, but I think having smart folks who are focusing on this issue somewhere in state government is really helpful. And with that, I'll support the legislation today.
Thanks, Senator. Representative Mushinski.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I have the same concerns that Representative Lesser has. Before we combine the two into one unit, we years ago had energy policy experts at Office of Policy and Management, and they were there no matter which administration. They were there day in, day out, helping to write energy policy for the state. This merger of the two agencies was an attempt to fill that gap. And Mr. Chairman, you talked about the other states where they have separation, but in those other states, many of them have energy policy analysts at the executive branch level that are there as professionals. We don't have that anymore. It's a vacancy. So I think to divide the two agencies at this point means we won't have the uniform policy that would be helpful as we go forward, because there's a potential conflict between lowest rates and achieving our goals to climate change prevention. And if we're all in the same room talking to each other, I think that's a much safer way to go into the future, to balance those two in one agency. The regulatory side will still be separate. The PURA still makes decisions on its own, even sometimes against the wishes of DEEP, and that'll still remain. But having them both in the same unit planning policy in the future, I think is a good thing for the state. It's not a good thing to have one group in New Britain, the other group in Hartford, maybe going in different directions. So I don't see a problem here that needs to be fixed. I really don't. And I would like to have one entity working on overall energy policy as we go into the future. We're going to have a lot of stresses, a lot of potential conflicts that need to be ironed out. And I just soon keep the two agencies together. So I'm going to be voting no on this bill, and that's my reason.
Thank you, Representative. Senator Needleman.
Yeah, I think I'm unmuted. Great. So I think that I obviously wasn't there in 2011 when this was discussed. I think that there are potential conflicts of interest here with the current structure. And I do want to speak to the idea that has been mentioned about wanting to make sure that Connecticut has a common voice in moving forward on climate change mitigation, which I think we're all supportive of. I think that having two voices here is very good, especially given that the other voice is authoritative and equally committed to the same goals. The structure that we created, I think, might have been an attempt to solve a problem that was more people related. We've had a lot of conversations about this from my point of view. I think that having multiple voices of equal stature here really helps. And, having lived this for a few years now, I see where that has failed. With the current structure, and I'm confident that we will not run into the problem of rates being the dominant issue. We certainly should have everybody on board with rates being a critical component of how we get to climate change mitigation, but I think everybody is on board with that. So I fully support this legislation. I think that we need to move ahead with it and create a more balanced model here. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator. Representative, trying to go in order as I saw the hands raised, so forgive me, guys, if I call out of order. Representative Gilchrist.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would align my comments with those of Representative Mashinsky. I think that currently, PURA is an independent rate-making authority, and I think it is important to have the alignment of both the policy and the energy goals. And I just feel like we didn't hear from enough folks on what is likely to have major impacts financially and policy-wise. And so for those reasons, I will not be supporting this bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Winfield.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to align myself, I guess, with both the comments of Senator Luss and Rep. Mashinsky, meaning that I understand both comments and take them both into account heavily. I will be voting for this because I think the conversation is important, and not to prolong this for no reason. I will also suggest that on this concept, I don't know where ultimately I will come down, but I think the conversation is important enough to keep it moving forward at this time. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Senator. Representative Aurora.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you so much for to the committee and the leadership for bringing this bill. As you know, I had also put forward a similar bill with a similar objective. I do want to make a couple of points here that this really brings back the check and balance which is necessary. Government does not work without checks and balances. And I fully agree with earlier mentioned comment that there should be that all of our stakeholders or all of our players should be in the same room, but they should not have the same boss. And that's very important. They should have their own ability to espouse their views without having to later on think, well, I do have other conflicts in that sense. I also do want to point out something which is a comment which has been made, that most states already have such a separation, pretty much all the states. And also there's some degree of correlation that the states like ours who do not end up with very, very high rates, and which is detrimental to our communities. This resolving this conflict of interest and having these two voices, as mentioned earlier, is going to be really beneficial for the state of Connecticut and for the evolvement of our electric grid. And it should be by no means consider anything against moving to tackle the significant challenge of climate change. But at the same time, it is a tool which will unleash multiple ideas and a much more dynamic discussion in solving that very problem. So I really do thank the committee for taking this and wholeheartedly support this idea. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Representative Steinberg.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to echo the comments of Representative Aurora. I think this is an important step forward for Connecticut at this time. I have a different recollection of events from 2011 from Representative Mashinsky. I was in the room where it happened, where we discussed it at great length. It was controversial. There were very differing viewpoints on whether or not to put it under deep. But the context from my perspective in 2011 was that we lacked a robust policy-making capacity for energy back then. As it was mentioned, we just had a person or two in OPM, and we were creating it from scratch. DEEP was created out of DEP. And at that time, it made some sense, since Connecticut was well behind the 8 ball when it came to really pushing renewable energy, that we put PURA under DEEP. But circumstances have changed dramatically in those 10 years. And the natural tension between DEEP and PURA is appropriate and is indeed mirrored by most other states. And there is a real advantage to having those aligned but contested points of view to, as Representative Aurora pointed out, to spur innovation and fresh thinking. I think it's an opportunity for us at this juncture to take advantage of it. We frankly have slacked off a bit in recent years in some of the momentum we created early on when 1180 was passed in 2011. And this is the time to do it. The fact that DEEP opposes it should come as no surprise. But we're at a point now where I see no reason why we shouldn't follow the 48 other states that are doing so if we're going to restore the kind of momentum we had previously as a state and actually look out for our energy future. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Representative. Senator Formica.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I agree with Representative Steinberg on this issue. I think times have changed and legislation often does not change with the times. And I think it has to be really looked at to make sure that the energy policy is separate and distinct and getting more mature from DEEP, and then the rates and the regulatory agency doesn't get in the way of that. My only concern with this legislation is that it provides only for the commissioner of DEEP to do the report. And I'm wondering if there should be some opportunity for Commissioner Gillette to do that, to weigh in as well, because she might have different viewpoints on what's going on. So that's an FYI, but perhaps that'll be part of the discussion moving over. But
You muted.
am I all right now? Did you hear everything I said or nothing?
We lost you after FYI.
Okay. Did I say Chairman Gillette should look into this?
Yep.
Okay. So then I lost my train of thought. I apologize for that. But anyway, I think it's a conversation. Oh, I think I was saying that the conversation is going to be a long time based on the enormity of the task. So it's good to have this conversation. It's good to have all voices in, but I think it's definitely the right move. Thank you.
Thanks, Senator. Representative Perron.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and thank you for having this discussion. After listening to Representative Wyszynski, I was also struggling to see the utility in decoupling these, but that was not intentional on my part. So, but it really comes down to what's going to make both entities run as efficiently as possible without some of the workplace dynamics that happen that can maybe in some ways stifle speech, growth, thought. And I also want to thank Representative Aurora for just really wrapping up the whole discussion very well. So I'm going to support this. I'll move the conversation along. I think it's a good conversation to have. It's not easy being 49th, but I think this is a step in the right direction.
Thanks, Representative. Representative Pettit.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a critical decoupling. I think the fact that we're allowing so much time for it to occur shows us how much the groups are intercalated and not able to work independently. I think DEEP really is tasked with long-term philosophical and idealistic views of where we should head. And PURA really needs to be focused more on the consumer and what's practical in the here and now, with a look at what is an ideal solution. So I think it's critical that they are separated and be able to act independently. I don't think we've heard more about the concerns because they are not independent right now, and I don't think feel free to state exactly what they feel the issues are. So I think this is critical legislation that we should all support.
Thanks, Representative. Representative Buckby.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And waiting in line here a little bit, and pretty much everything I wanted to say came out. And I think it's a sign when Senator Needleman and Representative Steinberg and Harry Aurora and myself are all in agreement on something. But I think more eyes on it, and Doc Pettit just said it perfectly too. More eyes on it. We need to do this at this point. The state is at a critical juncture. I think the only thing I don't like is it doesn't move fast enough. But I think this decoupling is critical. What we have is broken. and this needs to be addressed right away. And I think more eyes and more experts on it is critical. And I think having Pura under DEEP kind of takes away what Pura is intended to do as well. And I think it's super important for us to address this now and move it forward. So of all the stuff we've looked at today, to JF to the floor, I think this becomes the most important piece of that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Representative Foster.
Similarly to Representative Buckby in the queue, a lot of the very important sentiments are said, but I'd like to align myself with what Representative Steinberg, Buckby, and Pettit have shared in their recent sentiments. I think that acknowledging the roles that these organizations are intended to do, decoupling allows them to both sort of operate at their highest potential. And that if they're in a hierarchy, that highest potential can't be achieved by one of those entities. And so I think that this is a really good opportunity for us to advance both innovation with appropriate checks and balances. So I'm eager to support this, and I'm glad that this will be a nice bipartisan vote moving forward. So
thanks, Representative. Representative Meskers.
Yeah, look, all of it's been, I'm strongly in support of the issues. I think the one clarity that came to me was on the back of the last superstorm, and the whole idea from Pura to look at the performance-based compensation for Eversource. I think we've turned around our regulatory framework to look at them, and I think Pura needs that independence for its own straight thinking. You know, I've sat here and talked about third-party energy suppliers and all of that as well. I think the regulatory authorities, I'm not sure they're going to agree with me. I'm not sure I'm going to get where I want to go to, but I know that a group that looks at the regulatory authorities independent of energy policy, which is focused purely on the consumer, is super important. So I strongly support this this move of the separation. I think it speaks to the issue of how we deal with the Consumer Council as well, in terms of the advocacy of the various groups being, you know, bringing all the ideas to the table so that we can make the right decisions. So I thank everyone else for speaking up and count on my support.
Senator Needleman.
Yeah, I want to really thank everybody for all their comments. I think this is a good, healthy debate. I find it interesting that people who were around at the time that this was originally done have different interpretations of the reason why it was done and the benefits or lack of benefits therein. But I would also like to say that Governor Lamont has done a really terrific job, in my opinion, of selecting the current chairperson of Pura, not from within the state, not a prior politician within the state, but somebody who is, one, a regulator, but also has a very significant background in renewable energy and solar power, and also apart from being equally committed as both Commissioner Dykes is, with Deputy Commissioner Hackett, we're all committed at this moment in time towards a more renewable future. My opinion is always been in dealing with this and with storms also is that having another voice at the same level in the executive branch who will speak as knowledgeably, maybe with a slightly different approach, maybe not, to the need to get to a point in time where we have this renewable future that mitigates climate change is important. You know, I'm a team of rivals person, and having more voices speaking loudly at the table so that the executive can make the decision about what the right policy is critically important. And I think we have that now. So that's one difference, I'm sure, from when it was DPUC that was completely focused on cost and rates. So I think that this is an important piece of legislation, and it's very important for me to say that this is no disrespect to Commissioner Dykes and Deputy Commissioner Hackett and the team at DEEP, who have done a phenomenal job, both, because Commissioner Dykes was the chairperson of PURA, to move us forward and advance the state. It's just another voice at the table at the level where it can be heard. And I think that that's critical at this point. I hope that any additional appointees to the PURA board, should they become available, are of equal stature to Chairwoman Gillette.
Thanks, Senator. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
To JF Senate Bill 855, LCO number 3161. Senator Needleman.
Needleman, aye.
Representative Arconti.
Arconti, yes.
Senator Winfield.
Senator Winfield in the affirmative.
Representative Ali Brennan.
Representative Ali Brennan votes yes.
Senator Formica.
Formica votes yes.
Representative Ferraro.
Ferraro votes yes.
Representative Ackert.
Representative Ackert votes yes.
Representative Aurora.
Representative Aurora votes yes.
Representative Buckby.
Representative Buckby votes yes.
Representative Cheeseman.
Representative Cheeseman votes yes.
Representative D'Amico.
Representative D'Amico votes yes.
Representative Foster.
Rep. Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes no.
Representative Gresco.
Representative Gresco votes yes.
Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Senator Haskell. Representative Horn.
Representative Horn votes yes.
Representative Cabros DeGraw.
Representative Cabros DeGraw votes yes.
Senator Lesser.
Senator Lesser votes yes.
I'm sorry, Senator, could you do that again?
Senator Lesser, yes.
Thank you. Senator McCrory.
Senator McCrory votes yes.
Representative Meskers.
Representative Meskers votes yes.
Representative Mashinsky.
Rep. Mashinsky votes no.
Representative Perone.
Representative Perone votes yes.
Representative Pettit.
Representative Pettit votes yes.
Representative Piscopo.
Representative Piscopo votes yes.
Representative Steinberg.
Representative Steinberg votes yes.
And Representative Terziak.
Representative Terziak votes yes.
Thank you.
Great, thanks, Mr. Clerk, and thanks everybody. We will keep the votes open until 1:30, at which time the meeting will adjourn at 1:30. And for scheduling purposes, so we have our public hearing on Thursday, followed up with the last public hearing next Tuesday, the 9th. And then you can definitely plan for committee meetings March 18th and 23rd. And possibly we may do a short one on the 11th. And then I saw yesterday the House may be in session on the 16th, which is why we may do one the 11th, just to cut down on the last two meeting times. So other than that, good to see everybody virtually. Hope to see you soon in person, and we'll take care.
Take care, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, did I miss a vote?
Yeah, Senator McCrory, I think you missed the first couple. You can check in with our clerk here. He can call it for you.
Are they there?
Yep, Will's here.
I have
Okay.
to do the same if it's easier, Will, for you to do a couple at the same time.
Yeah, actually, at least for the first one I can, if that were, or first couple I can.
Is that okay with you, Senator?
I didn't hear you. What you want me to do?
I missed the first few as well, so I said if you
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to call us both at the same time, that might.
Yeah,
make it-
fine. That's fine with me.
And same here, Jillian's here and I missed them as well.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll just start going down then. For to JFS House Bill 6412, LCO number 3150, Representative Foster,
Representative Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
I'm sorry, Representative, you have your camera facing the wrong way.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Sorry.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Thank you. Is Senator Haskell here?
I am. I'd like to vote yes, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you. Senator McCrory.
Senator McCoy votes yes.
You say that again, Senator? Sorry.
Yes. Yes.
To next up to
Oh, wait. Representative Tersiak wants to vote yes too.
I apologize, Representative. I totally missed you there. That's my fault.
Easy, don't worry.
Nothing personal, Representative. Next up, we have to JF House Bill 6410 with LCO number 3151. Representative Foster.
Representative Foster votes yes.
Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
Could you go again, Senator?
Sure. Senator Haskell votes yes.
Thank you. And Senator McCrory.
Senator McCoy votes yes.
And Representative Terziak.
Representative Tersiak votes yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have to JFS House Bill 6409, LCO number 3163. Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
Senator McCrory.
Senator McCoy votes yes.
One more time, Senator.
That's a yes.
Thank you. From now on, I believe Representative Foster and Representative Terziak, you guys have made every other vote. So you guys are good to go, I believe.
Thank you so much, Will. Have a good day.
No problem.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, guys.
Norm, I'm going to call you.
Next up, we have a JF for Senate Bill 856, LCO number 3164. Is Representative Ackert still here? No, that's okay. Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
Senator McCrory.
McCoy votes yes.
Thank you. Next up, we have to JF Senate Bill 865, LCO number 3154. Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
One more time, Senator. I'm sorry.
No problem. Senator Haskell votes yes.
Thank you. And Senator McCrory.
Senator McCoy votes yes.
And Representative Meskers.
Representative Meskers votes yes. I suspected I missed one. Is that the only one I'm out on?
Let me check real quick.
Sorry.
You missed one more.
Okay, I'll wait. Don't worry. Don't worry. Go ahead. Do your stuff.
Let's see here. To JF House Bill 6414. I'm sorry, let me look up the LCO number real quick. I forgot to write it down. Silly me. LCO number 3155. Representative Gilchrist.
Representative Gilchrist votes yes.
Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
One more time, Senator, I'm sorry. Senator Haskell,
I'm sorry, I think I had a Wi-Fi lapse. Senator Haskell votes yes.
no problem, thank you. Senator McCrory,
Senator McCory votes yes.
thank you. Next up to JF House Bill 6413, LCO number 3166.
Nice job.
Oh, Senator
I'm
Needleman.
closing up.
Yeah, Needleman, you want to mute?
I'm muted, yeah. Thank you. So I'm sorry again. To JF House Bill 6413, LCO number 3166, Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
Representative Meskers.
I can't ever claim a Wi-Fi lapse because they'll blame it on me, Senator Haskell. So I will take it as a vote yes in the affirmative on the bill. Thanks.
Thank you, and that's all you miss, Representative Meskers, I believe.
Okay. Thank you much. Take care, everyone.
Yep. And other than that, we just have Senator Haskell to JF Senate Bill 855, LCO number 3161. Senator Haskell.
Senator Haskell votes yes.
Thank you, Senator. I believe you are good to go there.
Thanks, Will. Have a great day.
No problem, Senator. Have a great day. And Senator McCrory, I believe you are also good to go.
Thank you, young man. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Have a great day.
Hey, Will, I just wanted to triple check that I'm okay too.
Let me just run through. I'm pretty sure that you are okay, but I'll just run through real quick.
Thanks.
Yeah. Got lots of paper here. You are all good.
Great. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You as well. Bye-bye. Representative Terziak, I don't know if you're by your computer or not, but you are good to go as well, if you were waiting to check.
Yep, I was. Thank you very much.
No problem, Representative. Have a great day.
You too.
Hi,
Hi,
Representative.
Will. Hi, sorry about that. Yes, you
No.
need the,
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
so you need my vote, right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry about that. I mean, I think we should be good, but just to like make sure everything's all,
I think you're spot on that, Will. That's a good call.
yeah, thank you. So this is gonna be to JF, Senate Bill 856 with LCO number 3164. So Representative Acker,
Representative Ackert votes yes.
thank you very much, Representative. And other than that, I believe you are 100% good to go.
Thank you, Will. Appreciate it.
No problem. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.